Hey guys, and welcome back to the 411 on Tech. Do you have a Nintendo Switch and you want a Pro controller but they're $70 or $60? Well, if you have old PlayStation or Xbox controllers lying around, we're going to show you how you can use those with your Nintendo Switch right after this.
Alright, so today we're focusing on the Nintendo Switch with this adapter, but it also is compatible with other systems. For example, the PlayStation 3, Windows PC, Raspberry Pi, mini consoles. So if you have like the PS Classic Mini or the Sega Genesis Mini, it'll work with those. Now the controllers that are supported, you have the PS5 DualSense controller, the PS4, PS3, Xbox One Bluetooth controllers, Wii U Pro. The Xbox Series X will work with this adapter as well, but it only works in wired mode. But in wired mode, you can also connect any other controller that you have lying around the house as well. Now, the nice thing about this adapter is it also has a USB-A port, so you can connect the controllers wired, like we just mentioned. So you can use pretty much any controller that you have. It's very similar to the 8BitDo wireless USB adapter, but again, that adapter doesn't have this. Another thing that's nice about having that port is it's easier to connect and pair your controllers, which is nice.
Yeah, and it also supports motion and vibration. And you can even adjust the vibration intensity. There's 7 different levels, and you would do that by holding the right back and pressing down the R3 button. Then you would use the D-pad to go up and down the levels. It also supports X input for PC, and also the PS3 is easier to pair than 8BitDo. You have to use the software on the computer, get it all set up, and then connect it to your system. This is it's much easier. You can just pair it via that USB-A like Michelle mentioned, and it's like about a second or two and you're up and ready to go, and it's wireless.
And you also have the functionality to remap your face button. So if you want your X to be Y, your A to be B, you can do that. You just hit the start and face button that you want to remap for 3 seconds, and you're able to change that out. It also, the USB adapter also comes in the box with a included USB-C cable adapter, so you can connect this directly to your Switch and use it portably. So if you don't want to use the dock, or you just want to play it portably, you can do that. One downside though is you can only pair one controller at a time. Now, another thing we wanted to mention is we have the NS version of this. There's also the NS2. They're kind of hard to get, which is kind of why we didn't get it. They come in stock and then they quickly are sold out again. But what's nice about those is you can use the Xbox Series X wirelessly, and you can also pair Bluetooth headsets as well. So nice feature with that one if you want to upgrade and if it comes in stock and get the NS too.
Yeah. So setup is really easy. So first you want to make sure that the Switch recognizes the Mayflash adapter, and the way to do that is you go into settings, and then you go down to controllers and sensors, and then you want to make sure that the Pro controller wire communication is set to on. Also, another thing you want to do is you want to go to mayflash.com and make sure you have the most up-to-date firmware, and there's instructions how to update the firmware on there. Then you plug the Mayflash adapter into a USB-A port on the Switch dock as we have here, or you can use this USB-C, the USB-A adapter that they give you, and you plug the Mayflash adapter into this, and then you can play in tabletop mode.
Then you just want to hit the mode button to cycle to the correct mode, and you just press and hold that until it switches. Now you'll see light on the back, and then that will signify what mode you're in, and there's also a legend on the front. For the Switch, you want to be in the Switch Pro mode because that's what supports vibration and the motion controllers. And then to pair, you press the button once on the adapter, and then you press the sync button on whatever controller you have, and then you're all paired. Now, an easier way to do that is just plug in the wired with the USB cable that came with the controller. Once you do that, it'll connect, you unplug it, and then, for example, with the PlayStations, it'll turn off, but then you just press the PlayStation button and then it'll be paired.
So controllers that we tried, we did a PS3 controller, a DualShock 4 from PS4, we did an Xbox Series X controller. This you could only do wired, but you did get vibration, but obviously there's no motion with the Xbox Series X controller, so we tried that. We tried a Bluetooth Xbox One controller, that worked as well. Could also do wireless with that. Rumble, but again, no motion obviously. So right now I'll demonstrate doing a PlayStation 5 controller, and I'll pair that up. So all you need is your USB-C to USB-A cable that came with your PlayStation, with your PlayStation controller. Plug that. You can do a Bluetooth, but it's easier just to plug it in.
Yeah, especially with the PlayStation controller, it's much easier.
I'll plug that in. Turn it on. Oops.
So you see it's already working.
Yeah, already working. I'm going to disconnect it. I'm taking pictures.
Okay, and then it turns off, then you gotta turn it back on. And then it's paired again. So, or it's paired, so it's really easy to just do it like that, which is again a nice convenience with the adapter to have that USB-A port. And then you see we have motion and everything. The rumble for the PlayStation 5 controller is only supported
in the wired,
which is a little unfortunate. Maybe they'll find a way to upgrade with firmware or something, the ability to do it wirelessly. But the PlayStation 4 controllers and the Xbox One Bluetooth controllers both do wireless rumble, so that's nice.
Yeah, so that's really nice. Also, now I'm doing the PS3. And, have motion, got rumble.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's really quick to if you want to switch out and use another controller, it's really quick to pair everything.
Yeah.
And we haven't had any issues really with it. The motion controls, as you can see, works really good. Vibration is nice, and especially having that ability to dial in the intensity. So if it defaults at 100%, so if that's too intense for you, you can turn that down. Also, Mayflash says it's lag-free. Now, it's doing some processing in there. There's always going to be some level of lag, especially when you're talking about, wireless. But we didn't see any significant. You hit the button, and it seems to, there doesn't seem to be any significant noticeable delay. So, I mean, I think it's really great. And it's only like 20-some bucks, same price as the 8BitDo as well. But again, that doesn't have the USB-A port.
Yeah, so I would say this, the main benefit of this over the 8BitDo is that if you're switching a lot of controllers, having to be able to sync it up or pair it up with USB is a lot easier than doing it on the 8BitDo. So I would recommend it for that. And if you get the NS2, then you can have Xbox Series X wireless, so you have that benefit. But yeah, I'm really liking this adapter, and like we said at the beginning of the video, if you have other controllers lying around, you want to switch Pro Controller, you don't want to play with the Joy-Cons, that little controller you make with the Joy-Cons, you don't want to pay the $70 or $60 for the Pro Controller, I would definitely pick this up, it's $20, and then you can have Pro Controller, and it's just nicer to play a lot of the games, with a controller like this as opposed to using the Joy-Cons. So that's going to do it for this video. We guys hope you like this content. Please do remember to subscribe, like, and comment. It helps the channel grow, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye!